Hey guys, Jake here from Blockbuster out here in Eugene, Oregon. Just want to do a quick walk around of our booth. We introduced the V18 HP last fall. It's been a really popular model for us. It's really taken off, exceeded our expectations. And we haven't really talked about some of the things we changed from the original prototypes we had out and even the one that we had at the Bunyan show. Just wanted to walk through some of the products here and show you the changes we made. So follow me. So this machine, actually everything we have here for this show's sold, so we don't have to take anything back home. It's a long drive back to Iowa from Oregon. Tony and I drove for 29 hours over the course of two and a half days to get here. So it's good to be here, but really quick, as we look at the V18 HP, I'm just gonna walk around and kind of show some of the talking points that I can think of right off the top of my head. Starting with the sawdust chute. So we made enhancements on this to do a better job of collecting sawdust from the different angles of the saw throughout the cut versus our previous machines. And one thing we did, we weren't getting sawdust far enough away from the machine, and it was at a fixed point, so we just added a quick little bracket that provides some adjustability for that whole sawdust chute assembly to pivot out further. So you have a 16-way wedge mounted to this. Not sure if we will throw this in the machine or not. As long as we have here a little bit on the smaller diameter side, we'll probably stick to the 8-way. I think it'll work the best here for making nice, small, bundlewood, manageable sized pieces. So kind of see here, these are about some of the biggest we have to work with. This machine here is equipped with our optional 8-foot wide hydraulic folding deck. So this three-strand deck is right at 8 foot wide when deployed and is hydraulically operated. You can see the single cylinder there in the middle. Another thing, looking quickly here, we made a few changes to the operator station. The biggest one really from a not so much operator functionality but design standpoint is we went back to our machines. We've always had the entire splitting chamber just bolted onto the frame. And the prototypes we had welded, I don't know the reason, but we went back to where these are, that whole beam is just bolted to the frame, and then back in here, bolted to the side of the operator station just to keep it rigid, just like we've always done. So, splitting handle, we kind of developed a new mechanism in here on our auto return. The first one, it was operational, worked great, just it was a little bit clumsy, so simplified that design here. Nice thing on this, very easy to operate, takes little to no force to implement that even when it's operating. So nice touch on that. And then really probably one of the biggest things is to better accommodate the 16-way wedge. We had done some changes to the previous splitting chamber where we recessed it further to better deal with trash accumulation. Especially with our larger wedges, our 12-way, and then especially our 16-way box wedge. And we were finding that what we did, and even the little bit of slide angle that we put into there, just wasn't helping move that trash away enough. So we just built more slope into it and actually lowered our end of our splitting chamber. And with that, we actually raised the frame an additional 2 inches just to make sure we had enough height for both our attached elevator, and then you can see we have our detached LE30 on here with our pivot plate. So there's just a 2-inch ball that sits underneath or in a piece of C channel under there. And then with our LE30, all of them come with radial stacks, so you could put your tongue jack right on here on the mount, lift the frame up just enough to take the weight off the wheel, unpin it, rotate it 90 degrees so that the wheels are now perpendicular to the machine, and that allows you to just by hand on smooth terrain, obviously push it from side to side to build your firewood pile in whatever direction you need to go. So LE30 max working height of 15 foot. We've got it up here set into our cleaner. So first of all, shout out to Tony, a longtime customer of ours from Washington State, who bought this V18 HP and this LE30. And then we look at our cleaner, our basic cleaner. Not sure yet what our wood supplier is doing. We thought we were getting the trailer to unload into. If not, we'll be putting it on the ground. But we have our basic cleaner here. Very simple, robust design, and everything's hooked in series. So this one we generally do something a little bit different, but based on this cleaner that's sold to a gentleman, shout out to Bob on this one, who this is going home to in Washington as well. He's got an older machine with different hydraulic hookups, so we've kind of got this one just rigged up for the show here. But this, we have everything hooked in series, so when we turn on the elevator, our cleaner runs. And then we don't really show it much or highlight it, but if we don't have another elevator off the end of a cleaner, we just put this little loop of hose for our motor return to be able to go back to the processor. In the event we had an LE30 or LE40 or LE20 or any kind of elevator for that matter, we would just unplug this little loop hose and then plug in our pressure and return hoses off our conveyor. The bottom hose that we're not utilizing here would be for the raise lower function on our elevator. So we use a pressure for the raise and then just a gravity to lower. So it's a single acting valve. But that's what that lowest hose is for, is if you had an elevator way out here, you'd have the ability to raise and lower it all the way up from the processor. So basic cleaner. Out to here, our tried and true 1412 plus. Been a great machine for us, especially this last year. You know, a lot of value proposition on this machine. Very well built. It's an industrial grade machine. I think there's a lot of misconception that because it's our smallest frame offering, that it's an entry level. It is an entry level machine. It is our smallest machine that we offer today, but it is still a very industrial grade heavy machine. This machine clocks in at over 5,600 pounds with the attached elevator. 20-inch diameter wood, log lengths up to 14 feet, maybe a little longer if they're tapered. One thing we've done, and you may have seen it and talked about, especially on Chris in the Wood Yards channel, with having to transport it with a log up front to get more tongue weight. We still add some weight up front to make sure that we're ensuring we're getting enough tongue weight. Not that there's not necessarily tongue weight on it, but our elevator acts as a sail and catches some wind and reduces some of that. But we went from the 24-inch wide LE series elevator back to the SE series that Tim used to put on all these smaller frame machines. So 16-inch, plenty of elevator for a machine like this, and it reduces our weight just a little bit, and in addition to that, reduces some of that wind drag that we catch. So we actually changed this a while back, and we haven't really talked about it or made a big mention about it, but just wanted to highlight that does look a little bit different. So this machine too, 8-way wedge in it. Shout out to Chris in Washington State, who this will be going home to here this Saturday. He spoke with him today. He's extremely excited to come here, run it, and be able to take it home with him. So you can see here, we obviously have the new style updated decals on here. So we cleaned that up just a little bit, and just looking at the deck legs, a little more black in the color scheme. Starting to paint all our wedges black as well. You can see he's also getting 12-way wedge that we just kind of have laid out here on the ground. But yeah, the 1412 plus, very simple machine. Again, very capable with being able to do up to 20-inch diameter. Ability to put auto stop on it. You can see it's also equipped with last piece slide tray. We can add auto tension to this if you desire. That was one thing on the V18 HP that we go back and look at really quick. Been very popular, more popular kind of generally on the larger machines, especially guys that maybe have hired hands or personnel running them. It just takes some of the guesswork out of having to check chain tension. But with auto tension, I don't know, as a tool, it's up in the toolbox. Basically, there's a chain that loops around this bottom hook right here, goes up over here. It's attached to a bar. You pull down, it takes the tension off the chain or detensions it, and you just press in on this button here and let go of that bar, and it will keep the tension off of it. And then you can, at that point, just remove the chain. There's no tension on it, and the bar as well. It's a completely toolless design, so you can replace the bar and or chain. And then once you've done that, you just put the bar back on there and pull it back over center, and that puts the tension back on the chain. It's a constant spring tension on it all the time. And then when you go to cut, so obviously when you go to cut it, we want to push on that bar. What we actually do is when we operate the saw motor, we actually send oil. There's 6 little pistons in this plate right here that kind of act as a bar clamp that keeps that bar clamped. And as soon as the motor shuts off, you're just right back there at your normal spring tension at all times. So again, popular feature for us. Yeah, we're really excited. It's been a really great machine. It's drawn a lot of interest, it's drawn a lot of sales. Another little thing I can think of really quick here on the 12-volt cooling fan, we did wire it in to run off the engine relay, so it only operates when the engine is running, so we don't hear it as soon as we turn on the key. Kind of nice. Again, a lot of very trivial stuff. We've done a really good job of listening to customers. Everything we did, all these little changes we made. Another one was to the door. Just kind of enhanced some of the UHMW material and the way we slid that, just to keep that from wearing and keep that opening and closing. But we took all the feedback and everything that people commented on that liked or didn't like, and we build on that and use that to get to where we are today, and can assure you that we will probably always continue to evolve. You can see here, even if we don't get the attached elevator, we still get the winch that can be run remotely or off the machine. Rocker switch there. It allows us the ability to just put a clevis pin in there, remove our auto stop assembly quick, and lift our wedge out, set it on the ground, attach a new wedge and lift it up into the splitting chamber. It's set kind of dead center right over that hole. So again, with the changes in the splitting chamber, it's not quite as conducive to be in there stepping around, so we've made that as simple as we can to be able to change those out and efficiently. So you get to where you start working with different log sizes or different customer needs. It's not a big chore to have to change your wedges out. So again, been a while since we've touched base. We appreciate all your guys' business and interest. We're having a lot of fun right now, and we look forward to seeing all the folks here at Eugene over the next 3 days. And I'd like to say we might be excited to go home, but Tony and I have a long drive ahead of us, so we're looking to really enjoy these next few days and visit with each and one of you and answer any questions you may have. So you guys get a chance, make it out to the show, we'd be happy to chat. So thank you guys very much for tuning in, and look forward to keeping in touch. Thank you.